Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Borough on My Mind. That's right, we're back for the 2024 to 25 season. We're so excited to get back making loads of content. Just like to say that this stream is brought to you by PUFC Stickers. Use code BOMM5 at checkout for a 5% discount. You saw in the little intro thing there that they've got loads of cool designs coming this season. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the episode. We're back.
Well, it's been a while. I think it's the big thing that it's been a while since we were last all together on a live stream. It's really good. I think that we're all back and ready for this season, which I think it's going to be a really good one. And I think content-wise, it's going to be a lot better from us, considering the sort of fall off that we had at the back end of last year. So last year, it wasn't last year, it was last season. I'm getting it all mixed up today. But we've got some topics to talk about, seeing as we haven't really been active here since the end of last season. So we're going to do a roundup of pre-season, as well as predict our signing and our flop of the summer and the season. And we're going to talk about Huddersfield. The season kicks off on Saturday. And we're all really looking forward to it. And we'll be talking about our new host of content that we'll be bringing to you after we have finished discussing what we have on the agenda today. So we'll start with our pre-season and our overall thoughts. It's been a good pre-season, I think. I think we've had a lot of tests from a lot of different leagues. I think we've been able to see our summer signings in action. We needed to sign big and to bring a lot of players in, considering we've lost a lot of our spine, that we had in January. We've lost Ronnie, we've lost Knight, we've lost Burrows. So, that back four that we were so confident in during the back end of last season is basically all gone now. So really, I'll leave it up to you guys. Charlie, how are you? I'll come to you first. How do you think pre-season went? Are you liking the look of the squad? What's your concerns with the depth? And how are you feeling going into Huddersfield on Saturday?
You know what? I'm feeling, first of all, I'm buzzing to be back on Borough on My Mind. It's been way too long. We need to get that consistency back, but I'm sure we'll do that with our new plans in place. But just about pre-season generally, I'm not a fan. Never been a fan. Pre-season to me is quite boring. But I think the signings we've made are all right. I think that we're in a pretty good place. And to be honest, the only thing I really care about is the fact that tomorrow there's some real stuff. There's a league game with some actual jeopardy riding on it. And so I'm just excited to watch that. And I think that we've put ourselves in a decent place to have a good chance of winning it as well.
Yeah, and I think that's really good. Sorry for the pause there. I think that's really good and some really good insightful thoughts. Well, we'll hand over to Tobber now. Tobber, how are you? You look buzzing, sat in the middle of the road there. Are you excited for Huddersfield, and what are your thoughts on pre-season so far?
I am doing wonderful, Max. Football's back tomorrow. It's things we've been waiting for months. Huddersfield, I'm confident. We'll do. We need to get that GH display rocking, don't we? We're all in there, hopefully, I think. Are we? We are? Yep, we are. We need to get it rocking. I'm buzzing. I'm happy. Happy to be back.
Yeah, and that's what's really good. The GH display stand is available for Huddersfield, and hopefully we will see you all in there on Saturday. It's going to be a good game, I think. It'll be a good test for us as well. We'll go to negative Nancy on the far side of the row. Caiden, we haven't heard your beautiful, insightful comments for a very long time. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of words out of you on the pre-season so far. So would you sort of give us your overview and also talk about Huddersfield?
So, it's good to be back. I've got to say, I'm a lot more positive than you guys. I think we're getting top two this season.
Hang on a minute. I've been positive. I've been positive.
No, you've
I'm in
been
a good
too positive.
mood.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Okay.
I'm being realistic. Yeah, pre-season, it's been a bit boring. I never really liked pre-season. This is the first season I've really attended many games pre-season. Spalding game was decent, but then it was Spalding, wasn't it? I didn't go to the Stamford game, but from what I know, we just played the kids. And then Notts County was very boring, but the second game was a lot better, although defensively a little bit shaky. Although, yeah, we didn't really have many first-team players. We should be really good this season. Hopefully, we're as good as last season, if not better. I'll get onto that in a bit, but I'm pretty confident we'll have a good season.
Yeah, that's all excellent points that we've made. Just from my point of view, I think pre-season has gone really quite well. I am looking forward to Huddersfield on Saturdays, as we all are, and we will talk more about Huddersfield in just a moment. But as I said at the beginning, we have lost a lot of our core players, big signings out the window, big sales out the window all over the place. And our recruitment, some people think it's been great. I personally think we've had very good recruitment over the summer. Others, tend to agree, tend to disagree. I'll open it to the floor, really, whoever wants to answer the question in terms of our recruitment and our replacement of different players. How do you feel we'll fare against some of the bigger teams? Obviously, we've talked about achieving automatic promotion. Tobber, Caiden said he wants to get to top two. Charlie has said that we might even win the league. So how far do we go with the squad depth, and how do you feel the summer signings have been so far?
I think they've been good. I think it would have taken a miracle summer to get anywhere near, replacing Ronnie Edwards and Harrison Burrows exactly. But no, I think they've been positive signings generally. George Nevitt's a player I'm excited about. Chris Clark looks great. I just think, sorry, the chat is. I've missed Borough My Mind live streams. The chat's fantastic. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. But yeah, the attack and defensive players are pretty spot on. As Chris Greenfield says, Wallin looks like a player that could replace Knight quite easily. George Nevitt looks like he's got that same sort of like culture about him that Ronnie Edwards did. Chris Clark on the wing is an exciting player who scored loads of goals, assisted loads of goals, is just generally a great player. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think we've replaced the players that we've lost to the best of our ability, and I do think we're in a really strong place. And you know what? The pressure's off of us. Birmingham, Rotherham, Huddersfield, they've all got a load of pressure on them. Bolton to go up. We're just there. We'll be playing our football. We'll be giving it a real good go. And yeah, we'll hope that it will be enough to get us promotion at the third time of asking.
I'm not so confident, mate. I don't think our signings have been that good, to be fair. I would have preferred it to be a League One experience more than non-league players we've never heard of. Because I'm not going to lie, the only player I sort of know is that Clark and that left back from Crewe. Is that Rio? So I don't really know. I haven't proven wrong, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere this season. And the big boy's going to bully us around a bit. But I won't be right. I think we've lost too many players. Okay, then.
So you'd rather have a team full of players on the verge of retirement instead of young, hungry players with.
I didn't say that. I prefer to have league-proven players than people who've never played in this league. Yes.
So what counts as league proven?
1 good season, 2 good seasons. The players we've signed never played in League One before. Not even in England. Some of them.
We've done it many times before, and it's worked. I
just don't think it will work this season. I'm not confident.
How are we meant to sell on the players?
Yeah, I think I'm with Caiden here. And I mean, you've got to think about the players that we've kept from last season. Poku has got another season under his belt. Collins, Kipriano have got another season under their belts, Jack Sparks is a player that, I mean, talk about League One experience. Jack Sparks won the thing last season. We've brought him in at left back.
I think the players we've lost are just too important for us to have a good campaign. Out of our defence, we lost our two best centre backs and our player of the year last year.
Knight was easily replaceable, and I think Wallen's a lot better than him already.
You've seen one 90-minute game against Notts County.
No, but I think he will be better than. That's what I mean.
But you just said he's better than him already.
He will be. He will be. As soon as I see a 90-minute game in the league.
I think I'm going to jump in and I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I'm going to agree with Tobber. Just as I think we'll get playoffs. I don't think we're going to get the aspirations that you and Charlie are aspiring to get. But I think just to play devil's advocate and so Tobber doesn't get annihilated by all three of us, I think he's right to be worried in the fact that we did similar things last year, but last year the players that we signed had a profile. This time, we've signed Con Clark, who we don't know if he's going to be able to do it in this league. Ado, who Harrogate fans said is very off it or on it. And with players we've got already, do we need players that can go extended periods of time being off of it? Our defence is also unproven. Is the jump from the Swedish second division to English League One, is that how is that going to differentiate? Obviously, I don't think a lot of us have seen very much of Wallen apart from that first 90 minutes against Notts County. So is it going to be a lot for him? He looked very good against Notts County, but against Alfie May and Johnson Clark Harris in a Rotherham and a Birmingham system, is that going to be a lot for him? Nevitt as well. Obviously, he's out at the moment with a broken wrist. Is that going to a fractured wrist? Is that going to affect him, or is he going to be able to play to the best of his level? We've signed a lot of talent, but is it going to take them a season to get going, or are they going to be able to kick on straight away and we're going to be fighting where we were? I am really in the mix about it.
Yeah, let's have a look at what the chat's got to say then, because they always help to contribute towards the debates. First of all, a very logical, sound-minded approach from BOMM North. He says, I feel it's pretty hard to judge a lot of signings until we see them play in the league, a lot of unknowns. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We've seen Kean Hayes, we've liked Kean Hayes, but that was against, Spalding and Stamford and blah, blah, blah. We haven't actually seen him in a competitive game, and that's when the really good players shine. Top half of the league this season and push further on for the next seasons. I mean, yeah, I think no matter what you think is going to happen, we are in the middle of a trust the process type thing, a 3-season, 5-season maybe plan that will come to fruition at some point, but maybe not now. As there's then the debate in the chat just goes completely off piste about drumming. So there won't be a drum in London Road End tomorrow. How are the people in the London Road End going to chant is the question. You know what?
Anyway.
They never do anyway is a great point from Caiden. Just start chants. We shouldn't have to rely on a drum, says Tom. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, listen, I think that the posh fan base is divided this season. Actually, more divided than we were last season, because I think the consensus last season was that it was going to be a bad season, wasn't it? Whereas there definitely is more of a divide, and actually some people have been won over by our sort of unexpected antics of last season and are now thinking, okay, maybe we'll do something. So yeah, that's good. But onto the point of recruitment, Max. I know you had some points to make about who you thought were sort of good, who you thought were bad, and where you stood on the recruitment front.
I really like our recruitment. I like a lot of our recruitment, and I think with the finances that we've got and the players that have left, I think we've recruited quite well. I think we're in need of another centre back. I think with Nevitt being out, are we going to trust Manny Fernandez until it's after? We won't have Nevitt until after Exeter away, I believe. So are we going to be able to consistently pick up points with a back line that isn't going to be our strongest? I don't know. I think we're not going to get centre back through the door now. It will be after Huddersfield. So we'll see how many plays. And look, I'm all here. I sung Manny's praises a lot last season at centre back. And I said that, if Ronnie Edwards was to go, I would have given it him to play in the back end of last season. And although I don't think he's looked amazing in pre-season, I'm happy to give him a go. Like all of our players, you won't get to develop these players and produce these gems that we have done if you don't give people chances. And I think Manny should really kick on here in these 3 games where Never is out, who is going to be starting ahead of him, to grab it by the scruff of the neck and make that place his. So I think it's going to be a different Manny that we see, a fired up Manny in hopes that he can maintain his starting position once Never is back. Con Clark, I'm seeing a lot of praise for Con Clark in the chat, and I'm going to agree with every single one of you. I have liked Con Clark. I think he's an excellent bit of business. I think he's going to be amazing this season, and I don't want to lump all the pressure on him and hype him up to something that he's not going to be. But I really think we've got a player on our hands, and I think it's going to be phenomenal. In terms of bits of business that I am upset about. And then I will let Caiden speak. I am a bit worried about Ado. I think we're going to play with Con Clark and Randall. I just think Ado, when he gets to the box, he takes too long. And I'm really hoping that's an element of his game that he's going to sort of get out. When he gets to the box, he panics a little bit. And I think if we're going to go into these games against Huddersfield and then Shrewsbury and Exeter, they're games that we need 3 points from. Do we want someone who might not be ready for this league yet? I don't know. But again, that's all just off pre-season. We'll have to see how each individual player fares in the league.
I thought Wallen and Manny were quite solid at the back against Notts County. And I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing them play together tomorrow. I really don't think we should be starting Critchlow, especially if he's going. What?
No, what? I didn't think that was a statement that needed to be made.
No,
I think that was like the general consensus.
Manny, it should be Manny and Wallen starting tomorrow, especially if we've got injuries. Yeah. And I don't think Manny was that bad against Notts County. A couple of misplaced passes, but no, I think Wallen makes up for his mistakes, and his aerial dominance is great for the team, and that's what we need.
Yeah, I mean, physically, when you look at Manny, he is literally the perfect physical centre-back, He's quick, he's built, he's tall, he doesn't, he'll put his head basically anywhere on a football pitch, to try and win a header. He doesn't care if he gets a kick or a knock. He is rock solid in that sense. I don't think, and he can pass a ball. I mean, he couldn't be a professional footballer if he couldn't pass a ball and he couldn't make accurate passes and he couldn't be really good on the ball. I think the Manny's problem is that he loses concentration. He has lapses of concentration. He makes errors of judgment, which are his ultimate downfall. I think what his finger's saying in the chat. Manny could use his size to be that bully that clubs have missed and use his size. I don't know if we should be. I don't know when.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by mounting people? I think I'd have to. Ashley says, Dan says Chris Clark was a 5 rating and everyone else said he was 7.5. Don't worry about his opinion. Wow. I mean, I actually agree with Dan here. I think, if you're not... we did some player ratings after the Notts County game. And I thought everyone put Chris Clark as their sort of top scorer. And I thought he was rubbish. I thought he was pretty poor. I mean, Tobber, you went to the game. What were your thoughts on Chris Clark on Saturday?
Bang average. It was so mediocre. But I don't understand how because Wallen's not League One proven, but then people say, he's going to have a brilliant season, and then we look at my mind has gone blank. We look at another player that we just signed, and who's not League One proven. You say he's going to do awful. I don't know how it changes. National League is not a very good level. It's not. I don't know how. Just from a base of a few pre-season games against Stanford and Spalding, we expect him to be a very, very good player in League One. I need to see more of him to have an opinion on him, to be honest. On the Manny situation, he's a terrible footballer. Shouldn't be anywhere near his team.
Wow, that's brave. That's very brave. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the chat. Our moderator seems to be actually urging it on, so I don't know what we're meant to do here. But Butler on tour says, Tobber, love your hair, and Caiden very crazy. Appreciate that, Borough on tour. Yeah, we're enjoying all the comments. It's an interesting debate, Manny, because I feel like he is unfortunately already the scapegoat this season. You know, whenever we make a defensive error, it generally comes back to Manny if he's on the pitch. And I think if we supported Manny the same way we supported Joel Randall, we'd be in a much better place. So yeah, I mean, Tobber, you touched there on George. I think you're talking about George Nevitt and Wallin. George Nevitt, the National League player. That sort of moves on to who is your signing of the season. For me, it's got to be Chris Clark. I think he's an absolute beast, and I think he's going to score 20 goals for us this season. Who do you think, Max? Who's your favourite of all the recruited players?
Well, I think it'll be. I think come this time next year, I think we'll look back and I think Chris Clark is the answer. I think he's going to be amazing, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him. He's been impressed me all pre-season, and we'll look at flop as well, but we'll go to Tobber first. So Tobber. Signing of the summer. So if you imagine we've jumped through a time portal, we're here, end of the season, we've won the league by 100 points, and we're going into the championship. Who is your summer signing?
Sparks, mate. I think it's going to be quality. Look, you mentioned a little while ago that he won the league earlier with Pompey. That's experience. If talking about Pompey fans on Twitter, they were saying he's not the fastest, but he can deliver a good ball. That's just what Burrows is. Burrows ain't quick, but he's got a very good delivery. You know, it's just Harrison Burrows. Yeah, it's going to be him. It's going to be him, mate. He's going to have a good year.
What about you, Caiden?
Signing of the summer is going to be Oscar Wallin. Yeah, I think he's going to be great for us. I think he'll be a lot better than Knight was for us, who was great for us. But he's both-footed. He's taller. He's got pace. He's young. He's going to be brilliant for us.
Well, I think we've all said our signing. Now the bit that's going to spark some debate and get involved in the chat as well. Who's going to be your signing of the summer, and who's going to be your flop of the season? Flop of the season, and we're obviously strictly talking about new signings, so flop signing, not flop player. For me, I think it's going to be a Doe. I don't think we're going to see a lot of him. I think it's going to be Clark and Poku. I think that's the recipe that Darren Ferguson sees with Randall through the 10, and then the striker is another debate. But I think we all expected a Doe to play. And I don't think we're going to see much from this season. So that would be my signing, Chris Clark, and my flop would be a Doe.
Yeah, I think just a little nod to the chat quickly. Jed Steer is a great shout for signing of the summer. I think for me, it's got to be Chris Clark as the signing of the summer. And I think my flop, now this is going to be interesting because I was going to go for a Doe as well, but just to spice it up, I might go for the Man City lad because I think he has got so much hype around him. I don't see him getting in over Collins or Kyprianou. I don't see him playing a huge amount this season. You know, Kyprianou and Collins are the club captain and vice captain. Obviously, you're going to have your club captain on the pitch most of the time in Collins. In Kyprianou, Archie Collins is just Mr. 7.5 out of 10. I just don't see Sissoko. Is it Sissoko? I think that's how you pronounce it. I just don't see him getting the games that he needs to actually have a massive impact on our team. And I think that all the hype that's come around him is potentially a bit misguided. I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I just think, yeah, I don't know if clips against Liverpool under-21s of him passing the ball into a bit of space and necessarily constitute a good signing anymore.
Go on, Katie, you go.
All right. So I didn't get to say my worst signing of the summer. I think it'll end up being Sparks. To be honest, I think he'll be pretty bang average, and then as soon as Adebisi comes back into the team, I think he'll only play cup games, to be honest. And I think Adebisi will be a lot better.
Right, but Adebisi's injured, so who's going to play at left back?
Sparks, but
Right.
what I'm saying
Charlie,
is, as soon as
Charlie,
he comes
what
back
you
in,
just said, Charlie, what you just said, highlights about passing to Liverpool in the 21s. That's National League. So why is Con Clark going to be superb?
what? Wait, what?
Liverpool in the 21s. Liverpool in the 21s is the same level as National League.
No, it's not.
It is.
What?
And if there's a difference, it's not by much. So how do you think Con Clark's going to be the best player, depending it's the same level?
Well, no, because I think Con Clark's going to play considerably more, and he's our player. I don't think so. What I'm saying is, I don't think the Man City lad is going to play anywhere near as much as Con Clark does in terms of minutes of football. I think as soon as Cipriani's fit, and as soon as and if Colin stays fit, they're our midfield partnership. They just are.
So would he start when Hector's out then?
So when Hector's out, yeah, he'll start. Him or maybe even O'Brien Brady, because he's.
How's he going to be our signing of the summer if he doesn't play?
Who?
Sissoko.
I said he was going to be our worst signing of the summer. I said he was going to be flop. Yeah,
I did not listen to you.
I think he'll be flop purely because he won't play as much.
Yeah,
I think.
fair enough.
I mean, Chris Greenfield, makes a good point. Think back to Katongo. I just don't think this is a player that we can shoehorn in to play right back, personally. And I think that if you look at, he's not a centre half. He's a midfielder, a CDM through and through. And yeah, I don't see him being a great signing. I mean, I'm surprised that Tobber hasn't come in here and argued with Caiden, who's put his best signing of the summer as flop of the summer. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Caiden did it for clicks. He's a little swine of a man. My flop of the summer, whatever you want to call it, the transfer that won't succeed, is David Kamara for me. I don't think he'll play. It will just be like that weight clean. He'll just come off, and then you'll get injured. Then he'll come back. Come on for 5 minutes.
That's outrageous.
Get injured. I don't care. David Kamara, he's not going to play. You're just going to be there. He's just on the bench. Just going to be there.
He's not even going to be on the bench though. He's been signed to be like Pemi and play for the under-21s. No.
All right. I don't know.
Like he's not been signed to play first team football. The chat are not happy with that. Tobber, you absolute cop out. You
not a cop out. I got asked who's going to be a bad transfer, and did he sign for us this summer? He did. Is he going to be awful? He is. So, that's it.
Yeah, he's not a first team player.
Well, yeah, this is a good point from Lods Green here. Who says, does that mean that any of the under-21 players that we signed this summer that don't play for the first team, are they all flops, Tobber?
On the tweet where we announced David Kamara, does it say he will be joining in the 23s?
Yes.
Let me find the tweet because I don't think it does.
You've had a stinker. Just move on.
Yeah. Well, while we go tweet hunting, I think to rein this back in before Tobber gets pelted from.
You're not going to find it over there.
The comments any longer. I think we'll swiftly talk about Huddersfield. The season obviously picks back up again on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it. And we've discussed Huddersfield a little bit, but I think we can go into it in a little bit more detail. Charlie, how do you think the game's going to pan out? It's going to be a very different Peterborough United to the Peterborough United we saw last season. I think we're going to play a little bit differently. Do you see us winning? Do you see there being any adverse challenges? Walk us through your thought process.
I see a bit of difficulty coming because Huddersfield are so physical, especially at the back. Looking at their three centre halves, especially I think is it Helik his name is, who's in the middle, who had a lot of interest from other clubs. He's massive, and he's gonna, Ricky or Ricky or Malik or whoever plays with that back three are going to have some real tough competition. And then when you look at players like Josh Karoma, tricky players, difficult players to deal with, I think Huddersfield they've got championship experience. They've signed really good players. Lasse Sorensen from Lincoln's an absolute coup and a half. I don't know how they've pulled that off. I just think they're going to be a really tough team to play against. I don't believe that we can't beat them. I think that we're a really good team, and if we play our best football, we will beat them. but it's certainly not. If you're picking, your least 5 wanted teams to play on the opening day, I think Huddersfield are one of the teams that are going to be up there challenging. And I'd rather have a much easier game on the opening day. I'm not feeling massively confident.
Yeah, and I agree with Charlie before we jump to Tobber and Caiden. I think we're going to lose on Saturday, and that's obviously me being not a very positive start. I don't know whether this team is ready for a test as big as Huddersfield. They've done some excellent recruitment, and they've brought some excellent players in. And I think narrowly, I think they're going to be too much for us, and I think we're going to lose our first game of the season. However, if it helps, I don't think we're going to lose another game in August. So if that puts any sort of spring in our step, I think we'll lose to Huddersfield at the weekend, but I think we are going to win the rest of our games until September. I agree with Charlie. Their physicality and their ability to play through players is going to be, difficult and a challenge for us. And I just think it's going to be a little bit too much on this occasion. Tobber and Caiden, both of you. Any extra thoughts to add on Huddersfield? We'll do a score prediction, win or lose.
I think we're going to win, mate. I think we're going to start the season quite well. I think first half is going to be one of the best halves you'll see in a while. I think we'll start off out the blocks superbly because I reckon the ground's going to be up for it, going to back the team. I think we'll win. I've already said that. But I reckon we'll catch them by surprise, to be honest. I think they're expecting a physical test. We're just going to pass it around them. I'm confident we'll get off the season to a good start.
I'm thinking of course, it's one of our toughest games of the season, and the injuries don't help us, do they? But it has a chance to be a high-scoring one. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to say a draw, which is unlike Posh, but I'm going to go 2-2, and I'll definitely take a draw.
Well, as Caiden's given a score prediction there, I think it's only fitting before we go on to a different segment of this live stream, a new segment that we're bringing to these live streams, which you guys are hopefully going to enjoy a little bit more. I think we'll quickly go through our score predictions, then I'll hand over to Charlie for our next segment. So for me, I think we're going to lose. I think it's going to be 2-1 loss. I think we will score. We won't score first, but I think the goal scorer for me is going to be Chris Clark out the blocks, and if winds Tobber up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be positive, even though I've said that I have a lot of reservations. I am going to be positive and say that I think we're going to win 1-0. I appreciate actually Ben North in the chat saying that he had a dream last night about the game, because I always have dreams where what's going to happen in the game comes to me, and they're all going like this because they know my dreams aren't usually very successful in predicting stuff. But here's what's going to happen. It's 0-0 in about the 80th minute. It's a really feisty game. The fans, the fans are getting proper into it. The players, loads of pushing, shoving. It's an aggressive game of football. And Chris Clark is being an absolute wind-up merchant. He's got the fans rattled. He's got everyone absolutely rent-free. And then in the 87th minute, Chris Clark, in front of the GH display stand, because Huddersfield have flipped it for some reason, cuts him from the left-hand side, leathers it top right, runs around the entire away section like this before doing a knee slide in front of E4. That is what's going to happen. That's my prediction. 1-0 Poss, Chris Clark to score. And yeah, it's going to be a fantastic day. Tobber, on to you.
You've been drinking today, Charlie, pal. Absolutely nuts. We are going to win the game. I think it'll be a 2-1 win to Posh. And I think first goal scorer is going to be Josh Sparks, mate. Is it Jack Sparks? Sparks. Sparks will score.
Okay.
We'll win game 2-1.
Well, can I just say my first goal scorer?
Nah.
Manny Fernandez. Header from
What
court.
a surprise. No, I could see it, to be fair. Right. There we go. there is our first our first section of the live stream done. The football talk. Now we move on to the game show part, which is a new part that we're introducing. We did a bit of football tenable in a video at the end of last year, so we're gonna bring that back. And I'm introducing the competitor for today. I'm sorry, Caiden and Max, but you guys are gone for a while, so off you go. Because the competitor for today's game show is Mr. Tobber. Here we go. So, the game show is simple. If you haven't seen it before, it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So, Tobber is going to answer, I think it's 8 or 9 questions about Posh. And it's multiple choice questions. You've got 4 options. And he's got a few trump cards that he can play. So, he's got 3. On one of the questions, he can do something called 50-50, where he can get me to wipe out 2 of the options for him, and he's given an either or. In another one of the questions, he can ask the chat, so you guys that are watching, and you guys can suggest what you think the answer is. And then for another question, he can call in a favourite from one of the other hosts, and we'll add either Caiden or Max back in, and they will be able to help him out and see if they can tell him what they think the answer is. So, Tobber, are you ready?
I was born ready, mate.
Here we go then. This is question 1, the £1,000 question. And can we just say, Tobber, unfortunately, I spoke to the accountant. He said that we haven't got the budget to actually give you the £1 million at the end if you win. So
There's no point. Let's go home.
I apologise. Right, question 1, Tobber. Last season.
What do it is?
Okay, right, we'll give you that one as a freebie, Tobber. Last season, Peterborough United's top goal scorer was.
Efron Mason Clark.
Would you have known that anyway?
No,
Okay, well, that's a bit of a shame.
I didn't think he was even top 4, to be honest.
Okay. Well, next question. The £5,000 question, and I'm going to be very careful here. What was the score when Posh last played Huddersfield Town at home? People in the chat, be playing along and putting your answers in as well. So if Tobber needs you guys' help, he can get it.
It was in the Championship, wasn't it? I don't think we won the game. So I'm going to rule out 3-1. I don't think we won it. I think we're going to go for the 1-1 draw, Charlie.
You're going to go for the 1-1 draw?
I don't think we won the game. I don't think they won.
Okay. Here we go. How confident are you, would you say?
Not very. I just don't think we won the game. Wasn't very good that year, was we?
Here we go. Congratulations, Tobber. You are through to the next round.
Unreal.
Unbelievable. It was Johnson Clark-Harris who came off the bench. I don't know why he didn't start that day, but he came off the bench and scored a header to level it up after Huddersfield missed about 19,000 sitters. Right, question 3, the £10,000 question. And they're meant to get more difficult as they go along.
Fantastic.
What was Giando Fuchs' squad number last season, Tobber?
Oh, it's either 42 or 7. I'm trying to think if he was 7. I don't think I think 42 was his number when we first signed him. His first season was 42, so I think it was 7, mate.
Are you gonna lock in 7? You don't want to use. You've got these the things to your advantage.
How many have I got?
You've got three special things you can do.
I'm slightly confident on 7 because I don't think it was 8 or 20 and 42. I remember seeing him in the Championship kit with 42.
Okay.
So I think it was 7.
Go for it. You're correct, Tobber. You've done it.
Come on.
Right. You're doing well, Tobber. You're on to the £50,000 question. Okay. How many league goals did Johnson Clark-Harris score for Posh last season?
Whew. It weren't 14. So we ruled out for 14. I
Remember,
think it was
you've still
7.
got all your lifelines available.
Can I use one, mate?
Which one do you want to use, Tobber?
I would like to call a Borough of Mind host to the stand.
Right, I'll get Caiden in here then. Caiden, what do you think?
Is this overall in all competitions?
Just in the league.
Oh. Tobber's probably got a better idea than me. I'm gonna go 9.
Oh, I thought it was 7. Oh no!
I'm gonna go 9. Yeah, not 7.
Caiden may have confused Tobber's thinking even more.
I was gonna go 7, and then he said 9. Can we? We'll lock in 9, Charlie, please.
All right, there goes Caiden. Let's see if he's helped you or hindered you. He's helped.
Yes, up the Cape United.
You're still alive, Tobber. Unbelievably, you're still alive. Right. Next question. This is where they start to get really difficult because you're into 6 figures.
Oh my god!
How many first team signings have Posh made this summer?
Did we confirm that Kamara was the first team signing or not?
No, he was an under 21 signing. For the purpose of this question.
Jed Steer, does that? I think Jed Steer counts.
Yeah, I'm counting Jed Steer for this.
Okay, you got Steer, Clark, Sparks, Ado, Rio. You got Wallen, you got Nevitt, you've had quite a few. Curtis. I'm gonna go.
Remember, you've still got your lifelines.
What two have we got left?
So you've got 50-50, where I remove 2 of the options and give you a 50% chance of getting it correct. Or you've got ask the chat, where I'll put all the messages that the chat have sent about what they think the answer is in.
We'll go 50-50, please, mate.
All right. So I can tell you, Tobber, that Posh have neither made 11 or 8 signings.
I was going to go for 8, so that's bloody fantastic. Okay. I think I'm going to go for 7, mate. Because I feel like we made a few signings, but they're in the 21s. But you didn't look very pleased there. I don't like this.
I'm not giving anything away.
I think lock in 7, please.
You're going to lock in 7. Here we go. Is Tobber correct, or is Tobber falling at the £100,000 hurdle? I'm sorry, Tobber.
No, absolute nightmare. Did the chat get that one?
The chat did. There were 3 people in the chat that got it right. Actually, only 3 people in the chat that put it in the chat, and 3 people got it right.
Does that mean I get 100 grand still?
Nope, you're out.
What do I take home?
You take home nothing.
Oh, fantastic. It's been a pleasure.
What we'll do, though, to keep it going, Tobber, I'm kicking you out. Caiden, you'll have a chance to steal Tobber's money, okay? So I'll get you in. See you later, Tobber. You can keep... The only lifeline you have, Caiden, is the Ask the Chat one. So make sure you shut everything down, shut all the chat down.
Yeah,
You can keep that one. Okay. Here is the 250 grand question. Which of these clubs has Jed Steer not played for?
Oh, no. I don't like this. Well, I know he played for Cambridge on loan. Oh, no. Millwall? Did he play for Millwall? I have no idea. I feel like he might have played for Yeovil. Yeah. Cambridge, Yeovil. Huddersfield, maybe. It's between Huddersfield and Millwall. I'm going to go
Millwall quite early.
Okay, I'm going to go for Millwall.
You're going to lock in Millwall?
Lock in Millwall.
You definitely not want to read the chat? because you do have that lifeline.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to read the chat then.
Okay, the chat have said.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely played for Mill. Huddersfield.
Are you looking in Huddersfield?
I'm looking in Huddersfield.
Just to let you know, the chat are not on. The chat don't know everything.
Yeah, that Lods Green guy doesn't have a clue. But I'm still gonna go for Huddersfield.
Well, here we go. You should have stuck to your convictions, Caiden. You had it right, and then Lods Green in the chat.
Why did you do that?
I didn't do anything. I just gave you the
Said
option.
you want to check the chat.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to make it interesting. I told you that you didn't have to change.
I literally said Millwall.
Yeah, well, just after you said that as well, all the chat started saying, including this Huddersfield fan. Well, that's a shame. That's a real shame. Well, we'll see if you get... All right, we'll bring Caiden and Tobber both back in, because I've done 2 more questions. We'll see if either of you get the answers to the next 2.
The best thing was about that last one, I knew it was Millwall as well. So
No, you didn't.
I was literally shouting at the screen saying, pick Millwall.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was going to. Charlie cheated. Anyway.
You can't accuse me of cheating. I did nothing. Okay, here we go.
3. Actually, started. Yes. Kyoso. Well, who started as captain that season?
We had Burrows, Kyozo. Did Steer have a couple?
No.
Captain?
No. Who?
Surely Jono had a stint of being captain. Started.
Who started as captain that season? I don't think. Because I know Burrows got it No, I know Kyoso got it eventually, and then it got handed to Burrows when he went back.
If it helps, Caiden, you are correct in that assumption.
I think we go 4 here, Caiden, because I think Archie had a stint, or Hector.
Oh,
Guitar baby, did he have one? I don't know.
No.
I think it's 4, but you do you.
Yeah, I'll go 4.
Going 4? Correct.
Yeah.
Ephraim Mason-Clark was given the club captaincy at the beginning of the season, but then he didn't like it, so he binned it off to Kyoso. Then Burrows took it in January, but there was a game that, for some reason Burrows didn't play, or Kyoso didn't play, or someone didn't play at some point, and Johnson Clark-Harris also started a league game as captain at some point. Right, this is the $1 million question, and I'm sorry, but this one is just for Tobber because it was designed for him.
What?
Love that.
Tobber, this is your question.
Go on.
Are you ready?
Schmuck. Go on. You're just not a very nice person. Why? I saw him in Tesco the other day. Surely it's not A. If it's A, then that is horrendous to growing up when your first name's that. Why is B not got capital S? Is that going to do me in?
No, okay, I'll tell you that the capital letters have nothing to do with it. That was just my bad typing.
I think it's got H in it, so I'm gonna take out. Oh no, they've all got H's in. Never mind. I don't think it's A. You've added too many M's or O's or D's. It's A. It's not A. It's not A. Mamadou. The fact it's £1 million and all, it's just a joke. I'm leaning towards D.
D.
Mamadou. No, that's an O. Oh, it might be C. Mahamadou Sahusho. I think we'll go B because that's an A. So it's the second one on the right, top right. Or no, but C's looking at me now. What is the difference? Sahusho. Oh, it's C. Because why is there a U there? Sahushio.
There's a U in C as well, Tobber.
C. I'll lock in C, please.
Are you sure?
No, we'll go for B.
Are you locking in B?
I know it's not A, and D is surely that's not his name. It can't be A. Surely it can't be A, because no kid will be able to spell that when they're young.
Oh yeah, because the other ones are really easy to spell.
You know what I mean? But there's too many M's. Look at it. We'll go for C for these.
Going for C? Are you looking in C?
Yeah.
Are you 100% certain you want to look in C?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
Oh!
You were correct. I don't know what I've highlighted the wrong one. I apologize. You were right.
It was C.
It was C.
So I win £1 million.
So we managed to keep the technical issues on the stream down until literally the last 2 minutes. In which case, well, that's embarrassing. Oh well. I think it was
good fun.
Good fun. So anyway, that is the end of the first Borough on My Mind stream of the season. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Hang on, Charlie. Hang on a minute. Caiden, did you know that last answer?
Yes.
Did you know the last answer?
Yes, Soho. Literally, that's how you say it. Soho.
Yeah, to be fair, he put it in the group chat and he was correct.
Oh,
yeah, I should be winning £1 million.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. It's been a great fun. Oh, shut up, you two. Thank you guys for watching. It's been fun. We hope to bring you loads more content over the season, different styles. You'll get more information about that once it's 100% set in stone. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the new style of content as well. A few little plugs to do first. First of all, as always, thank you to PUFC Stickers who power these streams. Use code BOMM5 at checkout for a 5% discount. And yeah, so check them out. They're the best stickers on the market. And check out FC Stickers as well if you're a Huddersfield fan, for example, because I'm sure they'll have stickers for you. And also tomorrow, we will have loads of Borough My Mind stickers on us. So if you want to get interviewed for a video, come up to us, ask us for a Borough My Mind sticker. We'll give you one, and then you can get a prediction or a little comment into a video, which should be great. And also, if you're not done with your Peterborough United fix this evening, I would just like to say thank you for not releasing it earlier in the day. But Up the Poshcast, which is a Peterborough United podcast that I'm on, is out this evening at 8 o'clock. So go check that out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, for watching. Watch it back, send it to your mates to watch back as well. And we hope to have a great season here on Borough on My Mind. Up the Posh.